Okay, hoping that's worked. Oh, I should desktop view it. Actually, it's quick. Oh, yep, that's a tunnel. Stream working, everything live, everything good. We're working again. I haven't changed the settings. Hold on. Now you can see why I'm not going to stream in VR very often. Right here. Because, oh, flipping heck. Well, number one, that's stuck on, apparently. Can you... Oh, okay. That was not what I intended on doing. Can I put it back? Put it back. There we go. Okay. Please let me just... You see, usually I can do stuff in VR, but today of all days, it's just decided, no, it's not time to... You're not allowed to do that. Unless it's something to do with the... might be something to do with the OVR toolkit. Give me a second. What exit edit mode? That enter edit mode. Oh, I've opened this up again. Oh, I might have just killed Twitch chat. Oopsie. Don't worry, it's fine. I got a shortcut for this. Chat should be spawned on my... There we go. This will be way too bright for a second, and then I'll fix it. There we go. Still being a tad fiddly because my hands are just warping all over the place today for some reason. But... what do you mean parries? Don't parry, I'm... Okay, can we just... No, home. Done, please. All good? Are we good? Can I... This is... Sorry, gotta make sure I'm not pointing at the menu for this one. Or it won't let me. Okay, so my fingers telling me it's 10 o'clock are, yeah, stuck on my fingers forever. But I can see chat, and that's the main thing I was going for. Right, I'm going to have to do stream setup. I was hoping not to have to take off the headset for this, but apparently they are all fools. I knew that was quite short, but that is short. A little bit of fun. It's a demonstration that they can do that sort of thing more than... I think was the idea of that. But I'm going to swap to another quick short thing. This is just like, let's do some short bits. The idea. I've been wanting to play that on stream. I wanted to get my reactions. Doctor called me when I was playing the Angels one, and my reaction was probably priceless. So I thought, hey, let's just do that again. I gotta clean the lenses again. I'm gross. I took a shower like 5 minutes before this, and I'm already a nightmare of sweat and horror, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, if this is working, if I've swapped to Dagon correctly, we should be able to get this launching in a second. Oh, wait. Yeah, I was crouching. That's a bad decision. Yep. Still trying to get the... Yeah, this stream was a bit rushed. I've been trying to get a stream of some sort. Okay. I've been trying to get a stream of some sort set up for a while this whole week, but I played Super Hot VR off stream and it killed my audio. Okay, let's check the audio balance quick. I'm talking. This is me talking. God, this game is loud as fuck. It's harder to tell on the VR setup as well, but renovation, English text, graphics okay, falls in VSync. I feel like a lot of oh, she'll say it was she says it's 1990X, but it's not. It will be the wrong place at the wrong time. It always flipping is with her. Okay. So this is just another little free thing that I wanted to get in here to test out the VR stuff, but that didn't really justify an entire stream. I'll probably be playing a bigger game tomorrow. Possibly Half-Life Alyx, because that's the big selling point, you know, of this old beast. But yeah, apparently it's a faithful interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work, focused on story and atmosphere. You'll find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management is limited to progressing through locations. Okay.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more. Good
for you, buddy. During the game, you'll encounter interactive elements. Some of them are like others are interesting facts. What story anything to talk about? So they're like, this is just like a little story with collectibles, I think. But again, I'm just trying to get them a VR legs a bit. Focus your eyes and look for the Elder sign in order to find. Yeah, this is also a game that does work in 2D, I believe. Seemed like a nice little thing, especially as I have a big like H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah, I know, it really fucking is, Arya. I know what happens in Dagon because I think it's one of the ones I actually got around to reading. In fact, it's the only one of his stories I've read so far that I liked. So, you know, whatever that's worth. Most of his prose is garbage in his early work. It's not fun. Also, there's a bit of lag on this. This thing sort of moves a bit slower than the head, I think, which is a bit disorientating. Okay, so can I... Oh, okay, I found trivia. He wrote a lot of letters and he was a racist about it. Skip meals to afford postage. Yeah, didn't know that. Yeah, his letters, like some dude, yeah, published all his fucking letters. I think Lovecraft was dead at the time, so I don't think he was happy about it. But also, he was Lovecraft, so you know. Okay, so this seems to be... we're in a tentacle room. No, those aren't tentacles. What the fuck is that wallpaper supposed to be? Weird. Oh, wait a second. This is... My text is a bit small on this. When the German U-boat captain, machine gun survivors, ship submarine up. This time looking at a U-boat's portholes. I don't think it is. I feel like that was a different story, based on my memory, but, you know.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
Oh, okay, I guess content warning. I didn't remember that bit. But yeah, look, the caption just follows me. Off I go.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate.
Yeah, that's the Lovecraft we all know and hate.
When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Yeah, so this is one that's the one that sort of started how that... Oh, morphine. Look, it's the morphine law, everyone. Yeah. I'm not going to read all the lore, but I'll try and collect it if I see it. Give it a skim. Yeah, I was curious about this.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Yep. Welcome to I'm about to get sunk, I guess. Hey, buds. Have you seen where... Oh, don't shoot. That's rude.
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation.
You what, mate? You what, mate? Yeah, no, I think these subtitles probably work if you're not looking at them through exactly one eyeball, which is kind of how it has to project those things.
Was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
Oh, there's another... The Huns were what? British used to watch Huns for Germans. Yeah, I thought that was what they were doing. Yeah. Which is not... This trivia is sort of... I feel like that could be... This could be interesting trivia, but I'm just not quite... sure how I feel about this. Also, you know, just... Oh, I'm just on top of everything. What? Yeah, I prefer when the this is actually projecting a VR environment onto the walls of where I'm... the actual visual space. In the same way that this, the overlay overlays over that, this is overlaying over this, which leads to some... Oh... weirdness. Oh, what? I broke reality. Yeah. Oh no, is it one of those Americans being weird? Oh yeah, no, Lovecraft was American. I forget that.
So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone, in a small boat, with water and provisions for a good length of time.
Well, I gotta try harder than I guess. Flipping. Off I go into the boat. I've gotta grab myself some... Oh, whoa. Almost fell over. We're good. Yeah. Lovecraft was a...
When I finally
piece of
found
shit, but
myself
also an
adrift
interesting
and
piece of
free,
shit.
I had but little idea of my surroundings.
Yeah, my movement is not timed to this, so I'm just sort of floating on top of the boat. Just have a little sit down, you know. Here I am, in a boat. Who's making dog noises? Shush. There's no dogs at sea. Only sea dogs. I'm having a week.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator.
Why did you... My dude. You stole a boat even though you couldn't...
Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
Yeah, that is how the sea works, bud. Welcome to the ocean. This is where we are. This is the sea. This is... I'm kind of my brain wants to sway with the boat, but the boat don't sway. I know that it's like one of those things where it's like, I can't exactly afford to buy a flipping pad. Just, oh, let's sit down. In our boat. I can't exactly afford to make like a pad to like make it so I've got motion sensitivity. Like a flipping walking pad thing. You see those in some like arcade style VR setups. And for people who have too much money. But like, hold on a second. I'm just gonna quickly just okay. Don't go underwater. That's a bad idea. That breaks reality. Which is... It's bad when you break reality. You understand? It's bad for your health. Ugh, up I get.
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
That's your first mistake. I can hear... I keep hearing things that I think are things, but I'm not sure they are. Okay, this is all... It's weird. That's weird. I'm just floating above the boat.
Neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue.
Thanks, Arya. Yeah, no, Lovecraft was an odd person. He sort of saw himself as a weird Victorian gentleman. He apparently had a high-pitched voice with a strong accent. he flippin' just... And he was very nice if you weren't one of the things he was racist against, which was most things. But he's a weird bloke. Honestly. If he hadn't been racist, he would have been a weirdo. And nothing. He would have been an entertainingly weird fellow. But he was a racist. And you can't ignore that.
Whilst I slept.
Wait, what? I don't... I'm beginning to wonder if I remember the... Oh, what's happening to the lighting?
Its details I shall never know.
Yeah, this is a dark void of nothing.
For my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
You were having a nap, and... Oh! Uh-oh! Fuck! Squid! Hi, buddy. Are you good, buddy? Oh, okay. Yeah, if you were scared of octopuses for some reason, this would be...
It was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see.
Oh. Wait a minute, They're trying to simulate you lying down, but yeah, this is not... water that we're on top of.
And in which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
Found land, everybody. Racist against air conditioning, hell yeah. Fucking...
Though one might well imagine that my
being
first
scared of air
sensation would be
conditioning.
of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
You can be both. Have you tried both, buddy? Yeah, there's a load of... all the fish we've... You doing okay there, lad?
For there was in the air, and in the rotting soil, a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird place. You're not wrong. Watch.
The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish, and of other, less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain.
I mean, they're just octopuses, dude. That's a squid, that's an ammonite of some sort. Those are Are you okay? Are you doing good, buddy? I think you're a crab, I'm not sure. Are you good? Are you good? They're all over the boat. I'm gonna have to wash them off.
Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Oh. Yeah, in my head it wasn't this big. That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted to see how someone visualized this story, and... Yeah, no, this place is big. Huh. The silence thing doesn't quite work because I can hear my computer. But...
There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear.
Yeah. I like how these animate. They're like little... They got sort of an uncanniness to how they twitch. It's quite nice. This thing, I'm not sure if that's a real fish or not. It could be. Yeah, just...
The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
I mean, there's stars. Can you can see the stars, right, narrator? Are you good? Yeah. VR games and streaming are a whole thing. I could get into that. Like, VR, it's like, I need to I've also got to account for that. Like, if I move my head too fast, I'm going to make it really uncomfortable on y'all in the audience. I have to try and keep that in mind. I am both player and camerawoman. And, oh, hello. Oh, Look at this fella. Look at him. Oh. I'll help you. I'd help you up, but I don't have any way of interacting with this universe apart from one button. You good, buddy? Go! Dagon seems to be fired by a fish head, a short novel by someone else. Yeah, he had this. This came to him in an actual dream. Yeah. Topic stems from his aversion to fish and sea smells. Yeah. He's scared of fish and he had a nightmare and he's like, I'm writing this. Like, sure, buddy. Okay, is there any other? Yeah, I should probably go. Because Dagon is quite effective. Like, genuinely, I think that. Again, I haven't read most of the books yet because I've got a full collection. I was reading them chronologically, and oh my god, there's some bad shit in those books, chat. Like, just I didn't like the prose of a lot of the early stories. There's one which just like, I went to a cave and I was scared, and there's like a comedy one that I read that does not translate to modern comedy at all. Ew.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position.
I mean, there's probably several. Like, have you tested some hypotheses? Oh, fish. Good. I mean, we've got water. We'll be fine, right? It's chill.
Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
That's a blob. Yeah, alright, that's a fair way of putting it.
So great was the extent of the new land,
Oh shit, did I...
nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
Oh, I skipped a thing. Look, it's fine. It's fine. It's probably fine, right? It's probably... Stop that. It's probably fine. You're a fish. Yeah, there's nothing around. It's probably a volcano. Sure. I mean, maybe it's something else, though. I mean, you know... Try harder.
For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens.
In is a strong word. Slurp the mic. I mean, yeah, no, that's... Look at that. It's all gooey. Very gooey. If I go... Oh. I broke reality again. Ah, good, buddy, you got up. Hey. See, it's hopes. Oh my god, you're an anemone. No, you're an ammonite. Huh. Some nice sea creatures here. I want to put work into these sea creatures and that ominous blob in the distance that seems to be getting closer. That's fine. It's fine. I am the bog witch now. Ugh.
As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time.
I sure.
That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
Yeah, okay. So you want me to pack? That's you got a thing over there. Hey, you all doing it over there? You all doing it? You all doing it? Okay.
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease.
I honestly think you could have walked on it the whole time, dude. Like, just seriously. What's with the moon? What is with the moon? I can't see it. That's a shame.
The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal.
The smell of fish is evil, everyone. Just evil. Utterly evil. If you eat a tuna sandwich near H.P. Lovecraft, you're evil. You... I'm not taking this seriously, am I? It's someone's put like the game itself. They put in nice work. I think I'm enjoying this. Honestly, it's a bit. The VR's a bit jank, but I've played worse. I'm sure. I'll probably play worse. I'm aware of Sex and Gun VR.
Steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
I mean, those could just still be sea creatures, honestly. I mean, that's probably fine, right? You should take it seriously. Yeah, but the people who made the game, I want to treat them with respect. They put work and time into this, and I'm not going to make them guilty by association, because everyone who has had anything to do with Lovecraft has had this discussion with themselves. Nobody denies that he's a racist piece of shit, pretty much. Unless they're really acting in bad faith. Yeah, like there's... I really want to get under the earth to look at these, but my floor is currently... Oh, my floor is currently here. There goes my hand. My floor's a bit... Oh, bye. Yeah, they're a bit Starship Troopers, you're not wrong. But they've got an alien quality to them that's quite interesting, I'd say. Oh god, yeah, that's a whole fucking whale. Yeah, the VR does sort of sell you on the scale of this thing a bit better than being in 2D. It's kind of a small whale. I thought whales can be bigger than this, but still. Salute the whale. Burr, 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 burr. Oh, hello, Squid. You doing good, buddy? You okay? Okay. Oop, almost fell over. That's interesting.
That night, I encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it.
Oh, the blob. Yeah, no, it's running away from us, obviously. Like, yep. These look like giant leeches. I like that. They're kind of getting more and more alien as you get further into this place with the models. That's a nice detail. That's a rock, though. That's a rock.
By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance.
Yeah, that's a fucking mountain, dude. I think I can see the edge of the view distance. Ooh, not sure if that's showing up on the screen at all.
An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface.
I don't really... Oh, I see the intervening valley now, yeah. Quite short valley, though.
Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill.
At least tell me you slept on the rocks, dude. They're right there.
I know not why my dreams were so wild that night.
Probably because you're having a weird day. Like, come on, man.
But ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain.
Gibbous. Chat, what does gibbous mean? It's waning, which is waxing waning. I think I know what that is. Fantastically gibbous. Yeah, no, Panda, you got a good point. Like, I mean, I guess the protagonist, there's no story if he just finds the sea and leaves, but...
I was
Also...
awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more.
Oh, good, I was sleeping near the rock. See? I mean, I should have slept on the rock. I'm covered in mud now. I'm going to have to just wipe myself off. Oh, okay. Give myself a quick wipe down. Ugh.
Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again.
Nah, he's not keen on his nightmares. That moon has a... It kind of does, but also just like... I'm fairly sure that's just a picture of the moon, right? Like... I don't look at the moon enough to have memorized it, honestly. It's not the... Oh, sorry, I'm having a... Just sit down in the mud.
And in the glow of the moon, I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day.
You... What? Oh, no.
Without the glare of the
Oh,
parching
shit.
sun, my journey would have cost me less energy.
Yeah, no, you're kind of right, dude, actually. Also, now I'm floating because I sat down. And it thinks that it's setting the place it wants you to be looking at to your head. Which means that if I sit down, the head position... I'm now floating. Look, I'm going to become incredibly tall. Ugh. Look at me, I'm the tallest. I'm so tall.
Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset.
Well, see, now I've cheated to become taller. I can beat that mountain way easier. You understand?
Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
They may well have exaggerated the face's features. That'd be a nice word. That'd be a nice bit of Uncanny Valley to add in. Oh, I have to go down to get my bag. Oh, no. Oh, am I going to lose?
I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me.
Yes, that is kind of scary. Like, I do agree that the idea of this just weird place that you don't understand out of nowhere that should not exist, that's actually real. That's actually freaky. I like that, actually. I think that's quite a good idea.
But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon.
Oh.
Whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine.
Oh. Okay. That's... yeah.
I felt myself on the edge of the world,
I can't really see that well, but...
peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night.
Okay, this is the thing that with VR I actually have trouble with, because if I get too close to edges, I feel like I'm close to a real edge.
Reminiscences of Paradise Lost.
Oh, I forgot he did that. I forgot that he did the thing where he fucking drops his own fucking
And of Satan's
references.
hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined.
This is... flipping. Okay.
Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent.
You could say that, but also you could... hole in the rock. With broken reality. But yeah, like this sort of thing, I feel like I'm above an actual pit. It's nasty. For my brain meat. Also, seriously, I know you're not supposed to look back, but like, come on.
Whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
Yeah, I like the idea that this dude's just like, I'm fucking terrified. I'm gonna go in the big hole. Time to go in the big hole, everybody. Big hole.
Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I
Christ.
scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath.
God, that's... Ooh. Yeah, welcome to this. H.P. Lovecraft would have hated VR, and that's why I'm here.
Gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me.
That's yeah. There is a... I don't know if that's a visual effect or just how the light is actually affecting my lenses in VR. I'm not actually sure. If it is, it's an impressive thing.
An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon. That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself.
Looks kind of monolithic.
But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature. A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express.
I'm going to actually do a thing here quick, because I feel like I sit down. Time to manipulate the VR landscape to my own needs. By which I mean... sit down on my bed and see if it loads me facing it still. Oh, never mind.
And its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young.
I feel like you're presuming things, but yeah,
I
go on.
perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith.
Does monolith just mean that? Actually, I didn't realise.
Whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures.
Yeah.
Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely.
Mud. Wall. Monolith. It's gonna work. It's not gonna work.
The moon, now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm.
I've drawn something on that now.
And revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom, winding out of sight in both directions and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope.
What time is it? Checking the time, sorry.
Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith, on whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures.
I mean, that's in there. Isn't that pretty nice? It's pretty decent. Look at him. Look at the thingies. Also, what the fuck is up there? Okay, so let's try my trick again. My echo trick. My Joker's trick.
The writing was in a system
No!
of hieroglyphics,
No! What
unknown
have
to
I
me, and
done?
unlike anything I'd ever seen in books.
Yeah, I can't sit down. Never mind. I'm
consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like.
That's a turtle. Seashells, shark, hammerhead shark, seahorse, shell, shark again, Cthulhu, people, you know, The usual.
Several characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world.
Okay, that was...
But whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain.
Do they just live in a deeper part of the sea than you know about?
It was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Yeah, this is part of the thing, is that this is sort of the roots of that sort of mythos that people like from Lovecraft. They like his sort of fictional deities and beings and stuff. Which is why Dagon is one of the interesting ones, because it's not written to be that, it's just, I had a nightmare. But it goes on to be this sort of thing, and it's kind of interesting.
Plainly visible across the intervening water, on account of their enormous size, were an array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a Doré.
I don't know what half those words meant, I'll be honest. Ghouls are a thing, yeah. Okay, I should talk about... I listened to a Doctor Who story, an audio one, recently, because I got it for Christmas. Which is like, the Doctor meets H.P. Lovecraft and hates him. It's pretty good. And enjoyed it a decent amount. I think that was quite a good story, honestly. But that's why I kind of wanted to... That's sort of where I'm at with it. It's like, I've seen a lot of these Lovecraft concepts in other things, but not necessarily in the actual context. Which is, ghouls are in that story. And it's just like, yeah, they're weird dog people that eat you. Okay.
I think that these things were supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of men. Though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto.
They're just...
Or paying homage at some monolithic shrine, which appeared to be under the waves as well.
I feel like the description is actually doing a better job than the monolith in the game actually is right now. Which is a shame, but yeah.
Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail.
Yeah, you see this sort of thing, where it's like, how do you capture him saying, I can't really describe this, in a way that actually works better than your brain?
Faint.
Yeah, like... Just looking at these makes this weird man go... Whoa.
Grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer.
And again he drops his influences. Just like...
They were damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips.
Again with the racism, but like... But also, like, you can't see the webbed fingers in this. It's...
Glassy, bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall. Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background.
There is no background, but okay.
For one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself.
See, that's it.
I remarked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size, but in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe. Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
That's interesting. It's just like... Chat. It's like, yeah, like... So they've done, like, these nice little images, but they've not done the web. They've just missed bits of the detail, and it's like, I don't know.
Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into a past beyond the conception of the most daring anthropologist, I stood musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me.
Don't be a homophobe about the moon. Yeah, no, Panda, I think you're right.
Then, suddenly, I saw it.
Uh-oh, where is it?
With only a slight churning to mark its
Uh-oh.
rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters. Last, Polyphemus-like and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith, about which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, the while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
He dummy thick.
I think I went mad then. Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it did. Panda. Oh, it's Shrek. You know what? I do like this. I like the idea that that H.P. Lovecraft saw Shrek and went mad instantly. As any...
I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing.
See, that's... Yeah, we're in his swamp. This is Shrek's origin story. Like... Also, I'm having a nice sing, I guess? I mean, yeah, no, Shrek is a story about not being a racist, so H.P. Lovecraft would hate it.
I have indistinct recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat.
Rain.
At any rate, I know that I heard pearls of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods. When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital.
I appear to be inside the bed. Okay. Let's just have a... Oh, sorry, I've got to get my water from underneath the world. Again. Yeah, it turns out Shrek exists, and that's enough to drive you mad. In the way that in a way that does not understand actual mental health, but also I do know that H.P. Lovecraft was actually terrified of going mad because his family did. You know, in the sense of the time. Like his parents were like committed or something to an actual, you know, pre-World War II mental hospital. It weren't good. And I can't exactly blame the dude for incorporating that into his stuff and being a bit scared that that would happen to him too. Oh, shit. Brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean. Sorry, I accidentally hit a button. When they had a panic attack. To be fair, yeah.
In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention.
I mean, you're describing Shrek to people who haven't seen the atom bomb yet. I mean, I get that.
Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing.
Of course, the atom bomb is key to understanding Shrek. You understand? If you don't know the horrors of nuclear war, Shrek does not work. Ugh, flipping heck.
Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Here I am. I've gone to hospital. Oh, there's another one. I was probably in the world of amateur journalism, apparently. The Conservative. Are you? Don't joke with the Conservative
political and social commentary, poetry, short stories, and literary criticism written by him and other authors. I'm surprised. He took criticisms to heart, which in addition to step away from writing poetry and concentrate on weird. His poetry was worse. I thought I owned his complete works, but I clearly don't because I haven't read any of his garbage poetry. Yeah. Fiction. Believe in the possibility of the universal peace is more than conservative can fathom. I see the world and so much disarm one or more nations would undoubtedly retain each other. Yeah, no, your politics are bad. Thanks for coming to my TED talk. Fungi from Yoggoth? I don't want to know if that's a real poem. Oh, door open. Door is not stuck.
Once
Okay.
I sought out a celebrated ethnologist.
I'm worried about where this is going, Harold.
And amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
I guess I'm in a chair. Okay. There's no human. Yes. Yeah, so you are... Are you the only thing I have to press, or is there a... Oh, you're the next move. Dagon. Murdered the Philistines worshipped throughout the Middle East as an ancient god of fertility and crops. So he actually used a real god for Dagon? And misspelt it? Mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the word intonation of his name. The dag means fish in Hebrew, apparently. Okay. I'll ask Score about that at some point. I'm fairly sure that she speaks Hebrew. Dagon's an underwater deity ruling over the deep ones. You know, fish races. What do I see cult called the... Okay, yeah, so... Racists who've completed a course in racism. Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
This racist didn't understand my fish dream. I can't deal with him. Sorry. Oh, of course you would, bud. Of course you'd do the Necronomicon. Company Arkham House. Oh, that's probably where the Arkham thing came from. His death surrounded by numerous controversies. So, the doctrine, because he was a devout Catholic. That was your problem? Was that he made Lovecraft too Catholic? Okay, apparently Lovecraft never wanted to do that? Then why did he write several interconnected stories? Okay. And also you decided to put this on the book labeled Necronomicon for some reason, rather than talking about... This racist hasn't seen Shrek, yes. I think that if H.P. Lovecraft saw Shrek, he would instantly realise the error of his ways. I think that's the moral of this stream. Or he'd go mad. One of the two. It's kind of... wait, what am I? You've got a face. I bet these are all references to things. Why did you make me come over here? Game, why did you... There's no dialogue here. I'm just wandering around a man's office for some reason. I mean, neat, but... Oh, I guess this was a free roam section in the original game. Or something.
It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing.
Oh yeah, this bit.
I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease, and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave.
Thanks, Arya.
So now I am to end it all, having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
Yeah. Oh, another one. Lovecraft hated tobacco, even though he used to smoke when he was 12. I'm sorry. Look at like an adult. In his correspondence with his friend, he claims he quit as soon as he started wearing long pants. Didn't like alcohol. I never tasted him talking. I mean, to be fair, he was talking to a person. Maybe he was trying to impress her. I don't know. Of course, they just blunt scorn. I don't like drinking. I don't want to do a drink. Oh, I don't want to do a drink. This is kind of like if someone went through my Twitter and decided they knew me. They'd miss a lot of stuff. I feel like it's interesting to think, like, do we truly know someone from their just reading like their letters and shit? I don't think we do necessarily. I don't think that someone who's pretending to be a racist is less bad than a much better than if he's just pretending because he wants to impress someone. But still, it's interesting to think about these things. Oh,
Often I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm. A mere freak of fever as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war.
Oh.
This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously
It's
vivid
gonna jump
vision
scare me,
in
isn't it?
reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed, worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite. I dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
He's scared of the fishmen. He's so scared of someone being as colonialist as. He's scared of being the victim of colonialism rather than the colonizer. He's terrified of it. He's also, yeah, you're getting a bit of view distance over there. Just like the things that are floundering are called flounders, Harold. Well,
The end is near.
switching noises.
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it.
I think that's someone trying to get in, bud.
It shall not find me. God, that hand! The window! The window!
Shit! I've got to escape from Shrek! Fuck! Gotta get away from... F in peace. That was a nice... This was free. This was a nice little thing. And they've got like a little bit of things to support them if you want to. It's a nice little thing. I think I've destroyed it with Shrek jokes. But, you know... You look at a reflection, you see Princess Fiona. Oh, flipping heck. Okay, so... Oh my... How did I miss trivia? I... Sure, whatever. Oh, what time is it now? It's apparently almost 11. So that's a nice length of the stream, I'd say. I think that's my science fiction double feature done. I think. I don't know if we got to dunk on a racist. We played a Doctor Who game a little bit. I think a rousing success. Perhaps. I think I'm not really. Okay, let's just get to the ball pits. There we are. Okay. So, thank you all for... Aria, that's fair. I hope you can all hear me still, because I've kind of got the headset balance on my head for this ending bit, because I'm not going to turn on the 2D microphone just for this. But thank you all for watching. That's worked out. I think that's pretty well. I intend to do another stream tomorrow in the traditional time. I have no clue what it will be. HP Lovecraft is scared of Shrek. This is what you should take from this experience. This is what you should take for this. Yeah, hopefully I might be able to get a stream in on Monday or Tuesday, perhaps, as well. I wanted to do a few more while I was off work, but my legs, Super Hot VR just ruined me for several days. I'm still kind of in pain. I'll be honest with you. So, I'm Googling fungi from Yoggoth right now. It'll be terrible, I'm sure. Yeah. Where's the raid button? I just want to raid someone. There you go. Fuck it. Here's James Stephanie Sterling. Fuck it. It's okay, chat. It's I have a very important mission for you. Nobody donated this week, so but if you donate the most, you get in the ball pit. Oh wait, can you even donate? You can't. Wait, that means Mina. Probably technically, because of bits. She won't let. She's not here, and she won't let me. She won't let me do something for her if I want to. I love her. Anyway, there's Steph here. You've got to tell them, chat. They need to know. It's very important, chat. That they know that H.P. Lovecraft was scared of Shrek. Okay, this is the most important thing for them to know. They need to. Don't worry. I'm joking around, but yeah. I'll be streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m. That's a Sunday. I usually stream on Sundays at 8 p.m. That's about as much VR as I can do right now. But who knows? I'll try and do Half-Life Alyx or something like that tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'll do. But bye, everybody. This was an incoherent ramble. Don't be mean to Steph. I said stop. Oh.